So I have painted a lot of miniatures over the years, and I guess you've probably done the same. And from listening to a lot of you, I know you like different things. You like variety, I like variety. And sometimes it's not even about a game system, you just see something shiny on a shelf. I also see something shiny on a shelf, and we just kind of go for it on impulse. And I know that when I bring something new home, it doesn't necessarily always fit with what I've already got, which can be a problem. Until now. Now, I don't play as many different war games as I'd like to. It feels like there's never enough time to make the time to have time to play all the different ones that are out there. Then there's kind of like the constant churning friction and turnover, I guess. Like, this person you know has just finished painting that. This person you know has just finished painting something different. And you've just invested £8,000 into something entirely, completely different. And then you end up with like full armies, like actual finished projects or skirmish squads or whatever, that because of this just kind of go in a box just because. So when One Page Rules slid into my DMs with their shiny new thing, which is the World's Beyond Brawl, I wanted to know if, like everything else they do, it would work with all the things that I already have. And I think you know where this is going. Yes, it pretty much does. I have painted up models from 3 different hobby companies involved in this whole SmackDown versus Raw versus Marvel versus Capcom versus ECW versus One Page Rules situation. Oh, and Warzone's back, by the way.
Warzone making a comeback! Warzone making a comeback!
And that is just 3 companies out of like 18, I think. And I'm not even going to attempt to memorize all of these. There's just too many to memorize, so I have just written them down. We got Paizo, Dragon Trapper's Lodge, Crippled God Foundry, Mammoth Factory, which are phenomenal Stoner Doom band names, by the way. Battle Yak, again, brilliant. Like 14 people in the crowd to see Battle Yak at the Griffin in Bristol. I'd go see that. Daka Daka, The Printing Goes Ever On, Titan Forge, Transatlantis Games, Treadhead Rad, Twin Goddess Miniatures, Warp Miniatures, and War Machine, Steamforged Games. So that's a lot of people, that's a lot of companies, that's a lot of miniatures. 500 miniatures over, to be exact, or unexact. All right. But what is unique about this campaign specifically that's going on is that all 500 of these miniatures have specific profiles within the One Page Rules system that makes them unique and, most importantly, thematic. So that is 500 unique and thematic miniatures ready to download and do a print at home thing. So yeah, the easiest way to access all these miniatures is through 3D printing. However, I do understand that not everyone has a 3D printer or access to, getting stuff printed. So let's forget about the campaign for a second. Let's forget about the 500 miniatures for a second and the 18 creators with cool names for a second. And let's look at the thing that pretty much unifies all of this stuff. The rule system, there is One Page Rules. And by its very nature, it is simple, it's quick, and it doesn't get in the way of fun, which is more common than you'd think. Which means, yes, everything here can pretty much fight everything else. But more importantly, it means everything here has a reason to exist on the table. Yeah, so your Space Marines can now fight the Colonial Marines from Aliens. Or your Eldar can now fight a dragon. Or a Blue Eyes White Dragon. even means our own range of Health and Safety Frog miniatures can fight the miniatures from Petrichor Blood Runs Cold, our upcoming skirmish game.
But WCW Zone World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan, he's got Pasta Mania.
Tonight on Monday Nitro, Pasta Mania, and with Pasta Mania, and when I'm done dragging him around the Mall of America, all around the Mall of America, I've been eating my Pasta Mania in the Mall of America, brother. Pasta Mania.
My point being, there is a convenient way to actually use all of this seemingly disconnected shit. All this stuff I should probably be finding a reason to sell has quietly found a reason to stay. I can jump into the one-page rules army builder, find something that's roughly, fitting what I want, close enough, grab a handful of minis, throw them in a carrier bag for game night. Maybe a padded bag would be better. Or maybe even a magnetized miniatures carrying case.
Come on down to the Tabletop Stronghold website, warehouse, and emporium based down here in sunny West Virginia. What's up, guys? Tony D here, slapping the bass and still in the race, and I'm here to talk to you today about the Mag Case 2.0, baby. What is your Mag Case 2.0? It is the greatest magnetized miniatures case that anybody's ever heard of. What's that? Magnets? Check. Them middle miniatures trays? Check. This hardware and acrylic panel? Check, and triple check. Let me tell you something, guys. My heart goes out to anybody who hasn't got themselves a Mag Case 2.0 yet. This guy has kept all of the miniatures that I actually painted myself nice and safe from all kinds of chaos. We get our magnetized miniatures into the case, we aggressively jerk it off the table, and we travel by advanced demolecularization to the friendly local game store, and everything is in one piece and our miniatures are unscathed. Let me tell you something, guys. I have been in this game a long time, and I have never seen a miniatures case that could fit the weight of a 250-pound wizard. Wait, what? Is that a metric for testing things now? But that ain't the half of it, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Because right now, Tabletop of the Stronghold is providing a free shipping to the USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and to most of the EU. But I'm not done yet. I said I'm not done yet. Because right now, we're offering a 25% discount on all orders using the code TONY25. That's code TONY25 at checkout to get 25% off all your orders, and that code is here to stay, baby. So don't get a grip, get a strong hold of yourself, and visit the tabletopstronghold.com today and wear the right protection for your miniatures.
So back to this 500 miniatures thing. That's not 500 miniatures locked into their own little ecosystems and stuck in their own little micro universes. All of these that I have painted for this project, they could all just go together. You can run them together and they can just happily exist on the same table. Yeah, it's a fairly extreme mix, but especially at skirmish scale, it means you can throw together completely unrelated things and see how they do. And if something's not working, just swap it out. And with the miniatures that are linked into this one-page rules WCW Super Brawl 2 Worlds Collide releases, again, they have specific profiles for free. Obviously everything's for free, it's one-page rules, that are going to define these units better on the tabletop. Let's take a little cheeky look at what I've actually been painting, because honestly the painting side of things is usually why I'm here and why it inspires pretty much every video around it. So, the Crucible Guard from War Machine. I don't know who they are. You might know who they are, but I don't know who they are. I assume that they're good at killing stuff. And I don't really have anyone local that plays War Machine, but they look cool and I wanted to paint them. I did also want to try something different when it came to painting them, which in this case was painting from a black primer No slap chop, no zenithal highlights, just black, and then build up from there. Which, you know, might not have been something that I tried unless I found these miniatures in this campaign. And I did learn quite quickly you can do this method with just 2 colours. Yeah, a dark grey and then the brightest colour that you want. That kind of just does it. So the next day, I tried it again on a model from a different maker with this Ninja Turtles Escape from LA looking bloke from Warzone. What is Warzone? I don't actually know. I know this guy looks pretty cool. He looks like an in his prime Ao Leong. But other than that, I have no idea who he is. But if memory serves correct, I do absolutely know that this guy ain't your daddy's Warzone. No, that Warzone had to have taken some Toxic Avenger influence because those minis were definitely of a flavour and of a time. But again, same idea, just dark grey, and then I pushed it towards reds, and you just kind of mix up as you go. It seems to have just worked, which means I can probably put about 95% of my paint in the bin. That is, to be fair, probably not news to some of you, but in the interest of sharing knowledge, I thought I'd make it a point, and if a few people try it off the back of me mentioning it, then that's me happy pretty much. And then there's these guys from Warp Miniatures, sculpted by Alex. I assume his last name is Warp Miniatures or Miniatures. Alex from Warp Miniatures, aka Dr. Daniel Jackson. I don't know what these are either, but a frog wizard riding a mushroom pretty much always justifies itself. And what unifies all of this is that I thought it would be fun to paint, which is generally why I buy minis, and I assume to some degree is why you buy minis. And now there is actually a way to play them together with whatever headcanon you can justify. I do understand that there is sometimes resistance to mixing things up like this. I understand it can break immersion, but it is worth remembering the person that you're playing against probably doesn't see the game or the battlefield in the same way that you do. But if I wanted to play a relaxed Sunday afternoon game with someone that's not necessarily deep into any specific wargame system, I probably wouldn't bring out the bolt action. I probably wouldn't bring out Conquest, the Bickering Kings, whatever it's called. And I probably wouldn't even bring out Kings of War, to be fair. I'd bring out this, and I'd say, okay, out of all my shit that I've got in here, what do you want to play as? Because more than likely, I have probably got something painted that will suit your mood. Cowboys versus feral geese? Okay, we can make that happen. Ultimately, the part of the hobby that I engage with the most is probably the making creative side. And if there's a way to use all of the stuff that I have that's completely different and separate from each other, then that is good. Because... So yeah, this one-page rules Forbidden Door, I should probably actually use its real name, which is Worlds Beyond Brawl. One-page rules, One-page rules, Worlds Beyond Brawl. At the time this comes out, that's probably already out and doing its thing. I've put some links down below in the description, so you can go and find that. All you really have to do, if you want to just check out what this free stuff is about, is download the rules from the website, take a look at their army list builder, and don't forget to check that custom tab at the top, so that you're seeing all the army lists that are bespoke built for the creators taking part, but also custom lists from makers that have affiliated with one-page rules in the past. If you can't find an official list that matches an army you've got from one-page rules, then check that tab, and there'll definitely be something in there that you can find that is balanced in the system and works perfectly. Thank you to my wonderful Patreon community for supporting this channel, and thank you to One Page Rules for being One Page Rules. Hopefully, I'll see you next time for another video about our own upcoming game that's on the way. However, if I don't have time, which is probably likely, I will see you at UK Games Expo, where our game, Petrichor Blood Runs Cold, will actually be releasing officially. So yeah, cheers. I'm out of here.
Warzone making a comeback. Warzone making a comeback. Warzone.